Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation on whistleblowing and leadership, assignment number 4, ethical leadership. So my name is Rohit and my student ID is 100920688. So in this presentation I will explore an important relationship between the whistleblowing and the leadership. Whistleblowing is as known as involves speaking up, out against unethical and unlawful practices, and while paid leadership's about guiding and inspiring others to act with integrity. So these both play a crucial role in building trust, transparency, and accountability with the organization and society. So in this presentation I will walk through like several sub videos where I will explain key whistleblowing laws in United States, Italy, and Saudi Arabia, highlighting their importance and how they enforce. So second point, how these are related to real life, the whistleblowing incident, how to they are related to in the real life of people. So and in third, I'll analyze the leadership styles of key and their figures in the cases, how they responded, and how the whistleblowing and what can we learn from their actions. So the goal of the presentation is to show how whistleblowing and leadership of hand work in hand and the foster in ethical environment. So moving to slide number 1. Hi everyone. So this is the sub video 1A, whistleblowing laws in the USA. My name is Rohit and I'm going to talk about two important whistleblowing laws in the United States. The first one is the WPA whistleblow. Okay, just let me move to next slide. It's the Whistleblower Protection Act WPA, and it was introduced in 1989. And the second one is the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and it was introduced in 2002. So let's start with the Whistleblower Act, which was passed in 1989. This law is designed to protect federal government employees who report wrongdoing such as violation of the laws, gross mismanagement, or the abuse of authority. For example, if a federal employee sees the taxpayer money is being wasted, or they can report without fear or being fired or demoted. The law is enforced by the Office of Special Counsel (OSC), which investigates cases where whistleblower face retaliations. This law is very important because it encourages people to come forward when they see and this kind of something is going wrong. However, it has some limits. For instance, it doesn't cover or employs private companies, which means not everyone is protected under this law. So next one is the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and which was passed in 2002. So major corporate scandals like the Enron case. This law focuses on protecting employees in publicly traded companies who reported fraud or violation of securities laws. Uh, it also requires company to set up internal system where employees can safely report unethical behavior. The Security and the Exchange Commission (SEC) oversees the laws, and employees can also be file complaints within the Department of Labor if they faces any kind of this retaliations. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act is considered as a big step for the corporate accountability, but like the WPA, this having challenges. For example, it can take a long time for whistleblowers to win their cases, and some people like still feel they are unsafe to coming forward. In summary, both these laws play a key role in protecting whistleblowers in the United States, but there still are room for the improvement in these laws, and to make them stronger and the more inclusive. Thank you for listening. Next, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Hi everyone, this is the sub video 1B, and my name is Rohit, and in this section I will talk about two important laws, whistleblowing laws in Italy. So first one is the legislative decree 231 upon 2, it was introduced in 2001, and the second one is anti-corruption law 190 in 2000, introduced in 2012. These laws were introduced to improve accountabilities, to fight with corruptions, and ensure ethical practice in both private and public sectors. So let's start with the first Legislative Decree 231, which was introduced to improve accountability and prevent the corruption and fraud. Before this law, companies was not held accountable for crimes committed by the employees. However, after several scandals, it became clear that there was need to address corporate misconducts in organizational level. Legislative Decree 2000 introduced to the concept of corporate liability, uh, meaning companies can now face penalties if they fail to prevent unethical practices such as bribery or the financial frauds. This laws requires companies to implement internal complaints agencies programs too. These programs include rules, trainings, and procedures to help the employees follow ethical behaviors and the standards. The companies that fail to meet these requirements, uh, they can enforce through the like investigations or the heavy fines and the penalties, and which can damage their reputation. Like legislative decree 231 has been a major step major step forward in improving transparency and accountability in Italian business. So next, look to anti-corruption law 190, which focuses on reducing corruption in public administrations. This law was introduced to address issues such as bribery, conflicts, interest, and the misuse of public funds. It provides strong whistleblower protection, particularly employees in public organizations who expose unethical practice. The anti-corruption law also established in the National Anti-Corruption Authority (ANAC), which oversees compliance and investigates reports of corruption and whistleblowing by misuse of funds and bribery. They are protected under this law and fired for facing discrimination. Both these laws are work together and very crucial for fight against corruption in Italy, while Legislative Decree 231 focuses on the private sector and the anti-corruption law address issues like public administration. Uh, Together, they promote a culture of ethics, transparency, and accountability, creating a safer environment for the whistleblower and helping to build a trust in Italian institution. Thank you for listening. Hi there, my name is Rohit, and this is the sub video 1C. So in this section, I will discuss about the two major important whistleblowing laws in Saudi Arabia. Uh, the first one is the Anti-Money Laundering Law 2003, which was introduced in 2003 and updated. Sorry, just let me move to next slide. Uh, it was introduced in 2003 and updated in 2017. The second one is the anti-bribery law in 2002. Both laws have been critically strengthening the country's legal framework and to combat unethical practice and protect whistleblowers. So let's start with the first one, anti-money laundering law 2003, updated in 2017, which was first to address like it was addressed to uh, gross financial crimes such as money laundering and terrorist financing. This law requires banks and business to close monetary transaction and report any illegal transaction or suspicious activity to the authorities. Its goal is to stop criminals from high, hiding of the origin of illegally obtained to ensure that financial system remains clean and transparent. The 2000 update made the law stricter by introducing specific protection and for whistleblowers and employees who report suspicious or illegal financial activities are protected from the regulations such as being fired or demoted or harassed. This protection plays a crucial role because it should play a key role in exposing wrongdoings or that might otherwise remain hidden. The law is enforced in Saudi Arabia's central bank as SAMA, which ensures compliance and investigation alongside with the anti-money laundering permanent committee, which oversees monitoring system and provides support to the whistleblowers reports. So next look to the anti-bribery law, which was introduced in 2004, which focuses on eliminating the corruption in both the public and the private sectors. It includes the penalties and the fines uh, for the violators. The anti-bribery law is also provide like legal protection for the whistleblower who report the corruption by answering the confidentially and the safety. Encourage individual to come forward with the information about unethical practices, and the law plays a significant role in initiatives such as the 2017 anti-corruption crackdown, where widespread corruption among high-profile officials and the business leaders were exposed thanks in a part to whistleblower reports. Both of these laws have significantly uh, improved the accountability and in Saudi Arabia. Anti-money laundering and focuses in financial integrity, while anti-bribery law targets corruption and its root. Together, they fostering the own environment where whistleblowers feel empowered to speak against wrongdoing and insiders effectively. In conclusion, these laws are very crucial pillars in Saudi Arabia's effort to combat financial crimes, corruption, and supporting the country's broader goals for the sustaining fair and ethical societies and for fair and in ethical society. Thank you for listening. Hi everyone, this is the sub video 2A, the whistleblowing incident in the USA. So in this section, uh, as last in the last sections, I discussed about the laws in three different countries. So in this section, I will discuss one of the most famous whistleblowing case in the United States, the Edward Snowden case. So Edward Snowden was a contractor for the NSA National Security Agencies. In 2013, he leaked a highly classified document that reveals how the NSA was spying on millions of people around the world. Those included collecting phone records, their internet bills, and their internet activity, email, often without proper legal authorization. When Snowden released this information, it caused a huge debate. On one side, people were shocked by how much personal information the government was collecting. They felt their privacy was being invaded, and on the other side, the government argued that these programs were necessary to protect the national security and prevent the terrorist attacks. Snowden himself faced serious consequences because of this, and he was charged under the Espionage Act and had to flee like to other country. He currently is living in the Russia, where he has been granted as asylum. Many people see him as a hero who exposed unethical government practices, while others believe he endangered the national security and by revealing sensitive information. As a result of Snowden's actions, there were some reforms. For example, the USA Freedom Act was passed in 2015, which limited the government's ability to collect phone records in bulk. However, debates the balance about the balancing between the privacy and the security continue even today. This case shows how the risk whistleblower take to expose wrongdoing, and it reminds us why strong protection are needed to the whistleblowers or those who speak out. Thank you for listening. Hi everyone, welcome back. So this is the sub video 2, a whistleblowing incident in Italy, as I discussed in the last video about the incident in USA. So now let's discuss our real world example that connects us to the legislative decree 2020 and which was introduced in 2001. In the bribery case, this incident highlights the challenges and the importance of preventing corruption. ENI, a major energy company in the Italy, became uh, involved in bribery in 2000 during the 2010s. So the case centered around the oil deals in Nigeria and Algeria, where large sum of money were paid to secure contractors Whistleblowers within the company exposed these illegal payments, and which led to investigation by the Italian and the international authorities. The details of this case is revealed the complex network of the bribes and unethical practice. For example, in Nigeria, it was alleged that ENI, along with the other companies, they paid millions of dollars and the government officials to gain access of lucrative oil fields. These actions violated not only Italian laws but also the international standards of ethical business practices. This scandal had serious consequences of ENI. For ENI, the company faces legal battles, reputational damage, and the financial penalties. However, it also pushed the ENI to strengthen its internal compliance and measures and align with the principle of legacy to 31. This case serves as a reminder of the importance of having strong system to detect and prevent the unethical behavior. Whistleblowers played a critical role in these issues to light, showing how valuable it is to protect individuals who report wrongdoing. Without their coverage, the corruption might have gone unnoticed for the years. Thank you for listening. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the sub video 2C, financial misconduct incident in the Saudi Arabia. So this is the whistleblowing incident in the Saudi Arabia. Now let me share a real life example uh, that highlights the importance of the anti-money laundering law. A few years ago, internal whistleblowers working in the Saudi Arabia banks uncovered several serious cases of financial misconduct. They noticed that a large sum of money were being transferred illegally to hide their true sources. These activities were linked to corruption, fraud, and the other financial crimes like terrorist activities. The whistleblowers bravely reported their finding to the authorities, which triggered through investigation by Saudi Central Bank, and these investigations uncovered multiple violations of the anti-money laundering law, including weak systems and the deliberate attempt to hide the illegal transactions. As a result, these investigations, several banks faced hefty fines and not for the not following the rules, and in some cases, senior executives were held accountable for allowing this practice to continue. The fines were not only the principals but also a warning to others banks and other financial institutions who were doing the misconduct and would have serious that they can face the serious consequences. This incident shows that the critical role for the whistleblower played in the maintaining the integrity and the financial systems. Their coverage in coming forward helped expose unethical practice that might have otherwise remain hidden. It also highlighted that the importance of having strong laws and enforcement mechanism in places to detect and prevent these kind of financial crimes. In response to the incident, the authorities introduced reform to ensure the bank empowered their monitoring and reporting system. These re- reform made the financial system more secure and transparent, further reinforcing the importance of the anti-money laundering law. Thank you for listening. Hi everyone, my name is Rohit, and this is the sub video 3A, the about the leadership uh, in the USA. So this is the leadership profile of the Tim Cook. I think everyone knows the Tim Cook. Now let's talk about how well known is. He's a well-known leader in the United States. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. I chose Tim Cook because he's a great example of leader who focus on both innovations and ethics. Tim Cook became the CEO of Apple in 2011 and taking over from Steve Jobs. Since then, he has led the company through many challenges and made it one of the most valuable companies in the world. But what makes Tim Cook stand out is a strong focus on his privacy environment and the environmental responsibility and doing what's right. So one of the most famous example of Cook's leadership was during the San Bernardino case in 2016. The FBI asked him to unlock an iPhone used in a criminal investigation, but Tim Cook refused. He said that creating a backdoor into the iPhone would have weakened security for all users, and he didn't want to compromise people's privacy. This decision shows how integrity and his commitment to standing up for what he believes is right, even when he faced the pressure from the government. Cook also focuses on the environmental sustainability, and under his leadership, Apple transitioned to using 100% energy for its operational. This shows his vision for the better future and his ability to set clear goals for the company. So Tim Cook also known for creating the positive work environment, and he encourages the teamwork and innovations, holds people accountable for their actions. He also believes the leading by example, which is why he has earned so much respect from both his employees and the public. In the conclusion, Tim Cook is just not a successful business leader, but he is also an ethical leader who cares about the privacy, their environment, and doing what's right thing. His leadership style and inspiration for others who want to balance success with the values. Thank you for listening. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the sub video 3B leadership profile in Italy. Don't go with the picture as this is the she is a PM of Italy as a leader, but this is someone about someone else who is a Claudio Discalzi. Fine, I'll talk about Claudio Discalzi, the CEO of ENI, as I discussed about the ENI in my last video, and how his leadership has the company navigate the challenges of privacy scandal. So, Kalindi Discalzi became the CEO of ENI in 2004 during the period of legal challenges when the company was under intense scrutiny because of legal issues. Despite these challenges, he took bold steps to reform ENI and rebuild the reputation. One, his main priority was improving the company's compliance program to prevent such future scandals. Descalzi focused on creating a culture of transparency and accountability within ENI. He introduced stricter controls and ensured that employees are at all levels under the importance of ethical behavior. Under his leadership, ENI became more committed to operating in line with the international standards and Italian laws like Legislative Decree 231. In addition, though, addressing the company's legal challenges, Describe also championed the sustainability in initiatives. He worked to the transition in ENI into a environmentally friendly and company investing in renewable energy and reducing the carbon emission. And this demonstrates that his vision is a for a better future, and not just for the company but also for the planet. Desclase's leadership style is characterized by the resilience and the focus on solution. He successfully led ANI through one of his toughest periods, showing how strong and ethical leadership can help to company recover from its crisis. His action reminds us of the vital role leadership playing in setting an example for their organizations. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Rohit and this is the sub video C, leadership in Saudi Arabia. So I'm talking about the leadership of Ahmad Abdul Karim Al Kofi. Maybe I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but let's talk about him. Who was the governor of Saudi Arabia Central Bank. During this time, his leadership was key to addressing financial misconduct, ensuring that compliance with the anti-money laundering law. When the cases of financial misconduct came to light, Ahmed Ali Kolfi took swift and decisive actions. He ensured that banks involved were investigated thoroughly and imposed strict penalties on those who violated the laws. This penalty included a large fine, and in some cases disciplinary action were taken against the senior officials who were involved in this kind of incidents. By doing this, he sent a clear message to the other financial institutions who are doing misconducts or would not be tolerated under his watch. Okay, and one of the his major achievement was the introduction of stronger monitoring system to detect suspicious financial data transactions. He worked closely with the banks and the financial institutions to ensure that they employed uh, they improve the internal controls and comply with the anti-money laundering law. This proactive approach was very helped to prevent the similar incidents from happening in the future. Uh, he also focused on creating a culture and accountability uh, and the transparency within the banking sector. He emphasized the importance of protecting whistleblowers and encouraged financial institutions to support the employees who reported this kind of misconducts. And this is not only improved their compliance, but also boosted the trust in Saudi Arabia's financial system. Under his leadership, the Saudi Arabia Bank became a very globally example of how financial system can be reformed to promote the ethical practices and to prevent the financial crime. Ahmed Al Khalifi, his leadership remind us us of critical role and ethical leaders plays in driving positive change and setting the high standard for the accountability and the transparency. Thank you for watching. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is a sub video for with whistleblowing as a leadership. So hello, my name is Rohit, and in this is the final sections. I will explore the relationship between the whistleblowing and the leadership. I will talk about how whistleblowing can reform our leadership and similarity between the leadership between these two and how they differ. Also, go through each slide. I'll make sure you know which one I'm discussing, and so so moving to slide one, whistleblowing as a leadership. Let's start with how leadership itself can be seen to form a leadership. Whistleblowing happens when someone speaks up about something wrong, like a fraud, corruption, or unethical behavior happen. This is not an easy thing to do, but it's need a lot of courage to whistleblowers often face serious like to death. They can be killed or murdered, such as losing their jobs and being criticized publicly or even facing threats. Despite these challenges, whistleblowers take actions because they believe in what are they doing and what's right, not just for themselves. They are doing for others, for the organization, and for the society. This is why whistleblowers can be viewed as a leadership. It's also be upon holding like people all on organization accountability, and they're promoting transparency. This their values that align with the strong leadership. For example, as I discussed, Advan Strong is one of the most famous whistleblower who revealed how the government is watching people's and invading the people's privacy and doing the mass surveillance, which was he believed that it is very unethical and it need to be stopped, and he take action and sparked global debates about the privacy and the ethics. And in this way, Snowden demonstrated leadership by bringing attention to an issue that affects millions of people. So moving to next slide, leadership supporting whistleblowing. Ethical leadership play a very crucial, important part here. They create safe environment where the people feel comfortable becoming forward when they see wrongdoing. This is the important because whistleblowers come need to trust that their concerns and will be taken seriously, and they wouldn't face any kind of retaliations. Let's take a look at for few example as I discussed in my past videos too. So first one is the Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, stood firm for using for user privacy during the San Bernardino case, which I briefly explained. Even when the FBI pressured him, he didn't unlock the iPhone. He refused because he believed it would be compromise everyone's security. Second was the Claudio Descalzi, the NII CEO. He responded to the whistleblowing reports about corruption in his company by reforming compliance and system instead of ignoring the problem. He acted to make the organization more transparent. The third one is the Ahmad Al Khawfi's Saudi or former governor of the Saudi Arabia Central Bank. He played a key role in investigating the financial misconduct was happened and that in Saudi banks. He supported whistleblowers and introduced strict systems to prevent such incidents in the future. These examples show how leaderships can amplify the impact of whistleblowings and addressing the issue raised and improving their organizations. So moving to the third slide, the similarity between the whistleblowing and the leadership. Now let's talk about the similarities between the whistleblowing and the leadership. Both require a lot of coverage and a strong sense of integrity, whether it's a whistleblower exposing wrongdoing and a leader making through tough decision to uphold ethical standard. But roles involve standing up for what is right. Another similarity is that the both aim to create positive changes. Whistleblower act to stop unethical practices and hold people accountability, while leadership work to build systems and inspire others to behave ethically. In both the cases, focus is on transparency and accountability. There are core values that help trust in the organization and the society. Moving to the next slide, the difference between the whistleblowing and the leadership. So where while there are many similarities, there are also key differences between the whistleblowing and the leadership. One major difference is that whistleblowing is often reactive. It happens when someone sees a problem or decides to take action and address it immediately. Leadership, on the other hand, is usually proactive. And that leadership focus on the creating policy system and prevent the problems from happening in the first place. Another difference is that the level of visibility. Leadership are often in the spotlight, recognized for their roles, while whistleblowers typically act behind the scenes. In many cases, whistleblowers faced backlash or risk rather than praise, even though their actions contribute to long-term improvement. Whistleblowing addresses specific instances of wrongdoing, while leadership works on the overall cultures and the direction of the organizations. In conclusion, finally, let's wrap these things up with three keys takeaway. Whistleblowing can absolutely be seen as a form of leadership. It involves coverage, integrity, and a commitment to the accountability qualities that are very essentials for the strong leaders. At the same time, effective leadership sports is crucial for whistleblowers and ensuring the consent lead to meaningful challenges. Meaningful changes. Together, whistleblowers and leadership build ethical organization and promote trust and in the justice. Both are essential for creating environment that prioritize the transparency, fairness, and the ethical behavior. By working together, whistleblower and the leaders can create a real positive change that benefit not just organization but also the society as a whole. Thank you for the listening, and I hope this discussion help you see how whistleblowing and the leadership are deeply connected. Thank you so much.